bullying. Let's start by understanding that what is bullying. The term bullying means the use of superior strength or influence to imitate someone, typically to force them to do something. By skipping this video, you're gonna make your child's life way harder, and if you're a child like me and you're watching this video, please be sure to watch this video till the very end. These days, bullying has become a threat to our society. Children are terrorized with injustice and all sort of things to do certain things that they're not supposed to do. Good become bad and bad become good. It's like the Third World War is already going on. It has started. Guys, all this led to the establishment of the anti-bullying legislation. The anti-bullying legislation is a legislation enacted to help reduce and eliminate bullying. This legislation may be national or subnational and is commonly aimed at ending bullying in schools or workplaces. Guys, in our country, bullying is not considered as a big deal, but in Philippines, the Republic Act of 1627 or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013 was signed into the law by former President Benjamin Aquino III on September 6th on the 2013. This law requires all the elementary and secondary schools in the country to adopt an anti-bullying policy. This is really beneficial for the country. You people must be asking that, why is bullying such a big deal? Guys, bullying is a big deal as that is threatening the children of our country, and the children are the future of our country. So if we threaten the future, then we have no future. Guys, not only in the Philippines, but in Canada, the provincial government of Quebec initiated legislation providing for an anti-bullying laws. With Quebec law having come into effect in 2004, the federal politicians also debated the groundwork for a national anti-bullying strategy in the same year. Guys, if you live in the United States and you're watching this, all of the 50 states in the United States have passed school anti-bullying legislation. The first being in Georgia in 1999. Montana became the most recent and the last state to adopt anti-bullying legislation in April 2015. A watchdog organization called Bully Police in the United States advocates for and reports on anti-bullying legislation. Guys, so I just have a small map for you over here, and as you can see, the place is shaded in purple like Los Angeles and Vegas. They mean that the bullying laws are really strict in these places. And as you can see, the grayer areas, the areas which are colored in gray, the bullying laws are the most less strict in these places, and you decide which one is progressing more. And not only in North America, but in South America, in Chile, on September 7th of 2011, Chile's Congress approved the law about school violence that amended the general law on education to establish clear definitions, procedures, and penalties for school violence and bullying. Guys, so this topic is a little bit emotional and also a weak topic that we'll talk about over here, as we know that bullying leads to suicide and stuff like that. So I'm going to tell you about a few suicide cases from bullying. Guys, bullying is really not considered that much of a big thing, but it costs lives of some people. For example, I have William Arthur Gibbs over here, and he was a boarder at the Christ's Hospital School in Sussex who committed suicide by hanging on 4th May 1877 at the age of just 12 years old. Guys, I'm 14 and I know how small and stupid I was when I was 12, and this guy was being bullied and beaten, and this caused an outcry, and the government subsequently held an official inquiry about the case, and they finally found out that it was bullying. This guy was being terrorized. This guy was being, suffering from injustice since a long time. And what are we doing? Bullying is not a big thing. Yeah, it is. Come on, wake up, people. Guys, in our world we have people of different types of physiques, and everyone is unique, everyone is different, and we should not make fun of everyone on the basis of their physique. Seriously. But guys, some children are really stupid and they just don't want to get it. So I have an example over here of a really smart and strong girl named Kelly Yeomans. Just at the age of 13, the English schoolgirl from the Elton suburb of Derby became the widespread news when the cause was blamed for her death on bullying, to which she had been subjected by other local children, and she was reported to be the victim of repeated harassment and taunting, particularly about her weight. Come on guys, we have different types of people all over the world. If everybody looked exactly the same, then how could we differentiate people? How could people do different jobs? Everyone is made for something. No one is useless, and we have all types of people in this place. Unity in diversity. Where's that gone? Blackmailing is a really good part of bullying. Just joking, but Dawn Mary Wellesley, at the age of just 14, that's how old I am, Canadian high school student who died suicide by hanging due to obviously bullying, and she was a student who committed suicide after experiencing a cycle of bullying by psychological abuse and verbal threats from the other female bullies at her high school. And guys, she also left a note behind to her parents saying that if she'll confess, things will get worse. Guys, in life, you'll always get these people who try to threaten you. Guys, trust me, they can't do anything. They just want to say stuff like, hey, you're dead. You know what? You're dead. I'm giving an open challenge to anyone who wants to threaten me right now, right here, anytime, you name it. Because a sweet mango has a lot of insects trying to bite it. Guys, bullying just doesn't mean like physically bullying someone. There's a term known as cyberbullying, and I have an example over here of Megan Miller. Just at the age of 13, she was an American teenager, and she died of suicide by hanging, and 3 weeks before her 14th birthday. Come on. And a year later, her parents prompted an investigation into the matter, and they found out that she was attributed from cyberbullying from MySpace. Who doesn't use MySpace? I mean, they used to, but come on. Guys, I know that these days we're on our phones like literally all of the time, and we have the chance to be cyberbullied. And cyberbullying is actually a really big deal, because the problem with cyberbullying is that no one else knows in the world that what is going on between you and the other person that's like on the other side of the screen. Guys, this is just for the people who live in the UK. I have a number over here, right here, as you can see, and this is like the National Bullying Helpline of the UK. So if you live in the UK, you can check it out, and please ask your children, talk to your children, ask them that what's going on in their school. Just talk to them. They might be being threatened. You know what I'm talking about? Guys, cyberbullying is actually a big deal these days. So that's why the UN, big deal, they decided to make a couple of laws against cyberbullying. I got them right here from the UN's website, and it includes posting any kind of humiliating content of the victim, hacking the victim's account, sending or posting vulgar messages online, threatening to commit acts of violence, threatening, I've talked about that, and stalking by means of calls, messages, etc. Guys, if you're being bullied in any kind of way, cyberbullying, normal, physical, mental, torture, first thing, if you're a child and watching this video, consult your parents. Because silence never helped anyone. You know, the bullies, they will just keep pushing you deep inside until the moment you break and, you know, do something wrong, take a wrong decision in your life. So consult an adult, that too fast. Guys, you know, probably by this time you must have seen all of my other videos and you know how much of a fun guy I am. So I just have a funny little example of what bullying actually is and how it works.
Hey, what are you doing? Who are you? Bad boy.
Guys, if you like the video, please be sure to subscribe. You know, smash that subscribe button in the face. You know, hit it, beat it. Have a boxing match with the subscribe button. You know what I'm talking about? And guys, you know, tell me in the comments, like, if you want more videos like this, you know, these serious topics but really emotional and awesome. Like the video to show your support, and until then, peace out.